Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We're going to be discussing resolving Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. This presentation is all about comprehensive troubleshooting and best practices to ensure seamless collaboration. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore common issues, effective solutions, and tips to keep your team's experience smooth and productive. So let's dive in and get started. Let's take a closer look at the "we ran into a problem" reconnecting error in Microsoft Teams. This message typically indicates that there's some connection instability happening. When this error occurs, it can really disrupt your meetings, chats, and calls, which leads to user frustration and hampers smooth communication. Understanding the root cause of this error is crucial, because only then can we effectively troubleshoot and resolve it. By addressing the underlying issues, we can restore seamless collaboration and ensure that Teams functions as it should. So, the key takeaway here is that troubleshooting isn't just about fixing a glitch. It's about maintaining reliable communication and collaboration within your team. Recognizing how this error impacts your experience helps us emphasize the importance of proactive solutions and quick resolutions. Let's take a closer look at some common causes behind Teams reconnecting errors. First, conflicts caused by background apps, outdated drivers, or incorrect settings can often lead to these errors. These issues typically require troubleshooting to pinpoint and fix the root cause effectively. Next, authentication problems are a frequent culprit. These include expired passwords, misconfigured multi-factor authentication, or issues with conditional access policies, all of which can prevent users from maintaining a stable connection to Teams. Another factor to consider is Microsoft service outages. Sometimes, outages happen beyond our control and can impact Teams' availability. In such cases, we just need to wait for Microsoft to resolve the issue. Lastly, network problems like weak Wi-Fi signals, bandwidth shortages, or interference from VPNs can disrupt the connection, leading to reconnecting errors. Understanding these common causes helps us better troubleshoot and keep Teams running smoothly. Let's talk about some common network issues that can affect our Team's experience. One effective solution is using split tunneling with VPNs. This approach routes Teams' traffic directly to Microsoft servers, bypassing some of the VPN's restrictions. By doing this, we can see a noticeable improvement in call quality and a reduction in delays. Now, of course, internet service provider problems or misconfigured routers can also cause connectivity issues. These problems often lead to frequent disruptions during our Teams calls, which can be really frustrating. Additionally, the type of VPN we use matters. Full tunneling VPNs, for example, can sometimes block or slow down Teams traffic, impacting both performance and reliability. And finally, slow or unstable internet connections, whether from poor bandwidth or dropped signals, are major culprits behind reconnecting errors. They cause lag, call drops, and really hamper our ability to communicate smoothly. Understanding these issues helps us troubleshoot better and keep our Teams meetings running smoothly. Let's start by checking if there are any Microsoft service outages that could be affecting Teams. To do this, we use the Microsoft 365 Service Health Dashboard. This tool is really helpful because it provides real-time updates on any service disruptions or known issues that Microsoft might be experiencing. If there's an outage, it's usually reflected here, and knowing this can save us a lot of troubleshooting time. Next, we want to look for signs within Teams itself. For example, are there failed messages, missing status updates, or other irregularities? These can be clues indicating whether the issue is on Microsoft's side or perhaps related to your network connection. Recognizing these signs is key to understanding where the problem might be originating. Finally, by analyzing the information from both the dashboard and Teams, we can pinpoint whether the issue is due to Microsoft's services or something on our end. This step is crucial because it guides us toward the right troubleshooting approach, making our efforts more efficient and effective. Remember, Identifying the source of the problem early helps us resolve connectivity or functionality issues more quickly and with confidence. Let's talk about some common authentication problems and sign-in issues with Microsoft Teams, specifically focusing on reconnecting errors. One simple yet effective tip is to sign in to Teams before enabling your VPN. This small step can help you avoid unnecessary MFA prompts, which can often cause delays or frustration. Now, when it comes to VPN and MFA prompts, conditional access policies play a significant role. These policies are designed to enhance security, but they can sometimes restrict login under certain conditions, especially if you're outside of trusted networks or devices. It's important to understand that these restrictions are there to protect your organization's data. Another common issue involves MFA misconfigurations. This is especially true for shared or resource accounts, where improper setup can prevent successful sign-ins. These problems can really disrupt your access to vital services, so ensuring MFA is correctly configured is crucial. Finally, password issues are a frequent culprit. Expired or incorrect passwords can block access altogether, leading to sign-in errors and reconnection problems. Always keep your passwords up to date and double-check them if you're running into issues. By understanding these key points, sign in before VPN, awareness of access policies, correct MFA setup, and managing passwords, you can troubleshoot many of the common reconnecting errors in Teams. This aligns with our overall goal of ensuring a smooth, secure user experience. Let's discuss some common issues that can cause Microsoft Teams to reconnect unexpectedly and how to resolve them. First, on Mac, startup apps can sometimes block Teams from functioning properly. It's a good idea to close any unnecessary applications when you're using Teams to ensure smooth performance. Now, for Windows users, running Teams in compatibility mode can often help resolve conflicts, especially if you're using an older version of Windows. Additionally, clearing the Teams cache is a simple but effective troubleshooting step. This can resolve many connectivity issues. Another key point is driver issues. Outdated or incompatible device drivers, like those for your network, audio, or graphics, can cause Teams to crash or disconnect. Updating these drivers can significantly improve stability and performance. Lastly, background apps, whether on Mac or Windows, can interfere with Teams, network, or audio and video functions. On Mac, again, closing unnecessary startup apps can help prevent this interference. By understanding these potential conflicts, be they software or hardware related, we can better troubleshoot and ensure Teams runs smoothly for everyone. All right, let's talk about a quick fix that can often resolve those frustrating reconnecting errors in Microsoft Teams. Sometimes, all it takes is a simple restart of the app. So, the first step I recommend is to close Teams completely from the system tray. Just make sure it's fully closed, and then wait a few seconds before reopening it. This can often clear up minor glitches. Now, if you're still experiencing issues after that, don't worry. A very effective option is to try using the Teams web version at Teams, Microsoft.com. This approach bypasses potential device-specific problems or driver conflicts that might be causing the connection issues. So, to recap, start by closing Teams entirely, give it a moment, then reopen it. If problems persist, switch to the web version. These simple steps can save you a lot of time and frustration, and they fit into our overall theme of troubleshooting quickly and effectively. All right, let's talk about how signing out and signing back in can really help resolve some of those pesky Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. Sometimes, a simple sign out can clear up temporary glitches that might be causing issues. When you sign out and then sign back in, it effectively resets your session and refreshes your authentication tokens. This process often solves the problem without the need for more complex troubleshooting. If you're using multiple Microsoft accounts, it's especially important to sign out of all of them. This helps prevent conflicts between accounts that could interfere with Teams' operation. By doing this, you ensure a smoother experience and avoid overlapping account issues that might cause reconnecting errors. Overall, this step is straightforward yet powerful. It's a quick fix that can often resolve your reconnecting problems simply by resetting your session and tokens. So, whenever you encounter these errors, remember that signing out and in again is often the easiest and most effective first step. Let's talk about how to clear the team's cache on both Windows and Mac to help resolve reconnecting errors. First, on Windows, you'll want to fully close Teams and then navigate to the folder located at %appdata%Microsoft/Teams. Once you're there, delete all the contents inside that folder. After doing that, restart Teams, and this helps refresh the cache. On Mac, the process is similar but uses a different path. You need to quit Teams and go to Application Support/Microsoft/Teams. Inside, you'll find folders like Cache and Blob Storage. Delete those folders, and then restart Teams. It's important to note that clearing the cache doesn't delete any messages or files. Teams will automatically sync all your data again from the cloud. This process is a common troubleshooting step because often, cache corruption can cause reconnection issues, and clearing it forces Teams to rebuild its temporary data, helping to resolve those errors. Remember, this step is part of the overall approach to ensure Teams runs smoothly and stays connected. Let's go through the steps to reinstall Microsoft Teams and resolve those reconnecting errors. First, you need to uninstall Microsoft Teams from your device. This is a crucial first step because it ensures we're starting fresh and removing any corrupted files. Next, navigate to the folder located at %appdata%Microsoft/Teams and delete it. This step is important because residual files in that folder can often cause issues even after reinstallation. Then, visit the official Microsoft website to download the latest version of the Teams installer. Using the most up-to-date version helps prevent compatibility problems. After downloading, run the installer as an administrator. This ensures the installation completes successfully without permission issues. Finally, sign in with your account to start using Teams again. Following these steps systematically can really help resolve those annoying reconnecting errors and get your Teams running smoothly again. Let's talk about clearing stored credentials in Windows Credential Manager to resolve Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. First, it's important to restart Microsoft Teams. This simple step helps refresh the authentication process, often fixing sign-in issues. Once you restart Teams, try signing in again. This can resolve many common sign-in and reconnecting problems without further hassle. If that doesn't do the trick, the next step is to remove any problematic credentials related to Teams. To do this, you'll want to delete all Teams-related entries from the Windows credentials list. Doing so clears out old or broken credentials that might be blocking your sign-in process. When you're looking through the list, make sure to identify all entries associated with Microsoft Teams. It's important to remove each relevant credential to ensure a clean slate. To access these credentials, open the Control panel and navigate to the Credential Manager. From there, select the Windows Credentials section to view the stored credentials. This is where you'll find everything stored locally that could be interfering with your Teams login. By managing these credentials carefully, you can often resolve persistent sign-in issues and get Teams back to working smoothly. This process highlights how crucial proper credential management is in maintaining a seamless authentication experience. Let's talk about updating device drivers and BIOS, which is crucial for resolving Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. First, it's important to keep your network, audio, and graphics drivers up to date. You can do this either through Device Manager or by visiting the manufacturer's website. Staying current with these drivers helps ensure your hardware runs smoothly and remains stable during calls. Next, BIOS updates can be a real game changer. They often fix hardware-level issues that could be causing Teams connectivity problems. However, a word of caution, BIOS updates should be approached carefully. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions very closely to avoid any mishaps. Sometimes, after updating drivers, you might find issues instead of fixes. If that happens, rolling back to a previous driver version can often restore stability. This is a useful troubleshooting step if a recent update causes problems. And remember, always verify the source of your updates and follow the official instructions. Incorrect or incomplete updates can lead to system malfunctions, which we definitely want to avoid. In summary, regularly updating your drivers and BIOS and knowing how to roll back when needed are key steps in maintaining system stability and ensuring your team's meetings run smoothly. Let's talk about keeping Windows updated and how it relates to resolving Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. First, it's important to understand that some updates may actually affect how your devices authenticate or register with the system. Being aware of these potential impacts can really help you troubleshoot issues more effectively when they arise. A key step after installing updates is to restart your computer. This ensures that all changes are fully applied and integrated into your system. Without a proper restart, some updates might not take full effect, which can cause problems down the line. Now, some updates can impact authentication or device registration, which are critical for teams to function smoothly. If you experience registration issues, you can use commands like dsregcmd leave or dsregcmd/cleanup accounts to resolve those problems. These commands help reset device registration and clear out any lingering issues. Finally, remember that Windows updates are essential not only for fixing bugs, but also for improving security. To keep teams running optimally, make sure all recommended patches are installed. Staying current with updates is a vital part of maintaining a reliable and secure environment for your collaboration tools. Now, let's talk about resolving Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors when using split tunneling with VPN. As you can see, split tunneling can really enhance the overall experience for Teams users. It helps ensure that communication remains seamless during calls and meetings, which is crucial for maintaining productivity and collaboration. However, it's important to note that implementing split tunneling may lead to an increase in MFA prompts. This is something to keep in mind, as it can impact user experience. The key here is to adjust your VPN settings as needed to strike the right balance between security and usability. On the security front, rest assured that Teams traffic stays encrypted, which means your sensitive communications are protected. This approach allows us to optimize performance without compromising security. Finally, by routing Teams data directly to Microsoft 365 servers and bypassing the VPN, we reduce the load on the VPN itself. This not only improves call clarity, but also enhances overall meeting performance. So, in summary, split tunneling is a powerful tool to improve your team's experience while maintaining robust security measures. Let's talk about managing the order between multi-factor authentication and VPN connection, and how it impacts resolving Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. First, it's important to open Microsoft Teams and complete any MFA prompts before you start your VPN. This step is crucial because completing MFA first ensures that the authentication process flows smoothly. When you start the VPN before MFA, it can actually block the MFA prompts, which leads to reconnecting errors in Teams. These errors happen because the system gets confused or stuck, disrupting your sign-in process and causing unnecessary frustration. For shared accounts, it's equally important to verify MFA settings in advance. Proper configuration here helps prevent sign-in blocks for multiple users, ensuring everyone can access Teams without issues. Following this sequence, opening Teams, completing MFA, then connecting to VPN, helps ensure a smooth authentication process and reliable connection. Adhering to this order really minimizes technical disruptions and keeps your workflow seamless. So, to summarize, start Teams and MFA first, avoid connecting to VPN initially, verify shared account settings, and then connect to VPN. This approach guarantees a smoother, more reliable connection every time. All right, let's talk about some advanced troubleshooting steps involving registry edits to resolve Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors. First off, before you make any changes, it's absolutely essential to back up your registry. This step is crucial because it helps prevent data loss and allows you to recover your system if something goes wrong during the process. Next, you'll want to navigate to a specific location in the registry. Key current user /software /Microsoft /Office /16 0 /common /identity. This is where your Office 365 identity data is stored. The goal here is to locate entries related to your Office 365 email address. Once you find these entries, you should delete them. Removing these problematic entries can often resolve lingering issues with Office applications, including Teams. After you've made the necessary registry changes, it's important to restart your computer. This step ensures that your system applies the new registry settings properly and recognizes the updates. Now, a quick note on security. Disabling the Active Directory Authentication Library, or ADAL, is strongly discouraged. Doing so can compromise modern authentication methods, which are vital for maintaining security. Keeping ADAL enabled helps ensure your authentication process remains secure and seamless, which ties back into the overall theme of maintaining a reliable and secure workspace. Creating a new Windows user profile can be a really effective way to resolve some of the deeper configuration issues we might encounter. Sometimes, these problems are tied to the user profile itself, and starting fresh can make a big difference. To do this, you add a new user account through Windows Settings, which is straightforward and quick. Once you've created the new account, you log in with that profile and install Teams there. This step is crucial because it ensures that the new profile is set up correctly from the ground up, free of any previous misconfigurations. Next, you'll want to transfer important files and settings from your old profile to the new one. This way, you retain all your essential data and preferences without losing anything. Doing this often fixes issues that other troubleshooting methods might not resolve, especially if the problem is deeply rooted in the profile itself. In essence, adding a new user account and transferring your data gives you a clean slate, making it much easier to troubleshoot persistent issues like Teams reconnecting errors. It's a simple yet powerful step in ensuring your environment is stable and running smoothly. Let's talk about how browser extensions can impact your experience with the Teams web app. Extensions like ad blockers or privacy tools are great for customizing your browsing, but they can sometimes interfere with how Teams functions. You might notice issues like videos not playing, audio problems, or trouble signing in. The first step to troubleshoot is to disable all your browser extensions temporarily. This helps us see if extensions are causing the issues. Once disabled, test Teams to see if the problems persist. If everything works smoothly, then we can re-enable the extensions one by one. This process helps us identify which specific extension might be causing the interference. When we find the problematic extension, the best course of action is to remove it or look for an update that might fix the issue. This way, you can ensure a smooth and reliable experience with the Teams web app. Remember, identifying extension interference is a key step in resolving reconnecting errors and keeping your communication seamless. Let's talk about collecting logs for Microsoft support and how it helps us resolve Teams reconnecting errors. Teams creates different types of logs, including support log files, which cover media, signaling, and platform data, and weblogs that track application events. These logs are crucial because they help diagnose and pinpoint the root of persistent issues within the application. To create these support log files and weblogs, you can use simple shortcuts. On Windows, press Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus 1, and on a Mac, use Option plus Command plus Shift plus 1. These shortcuts make it quick and easy to gather the necessary diagnostic data without hassle. Once collected, the logs are saved to your Downloads folder for easy access. Before sending these logs to Microsoft support, remember to compress them. Zipping the files ensures they're manageable and secure during transmission. If you're working within virtual desktop environments, it's important to enable extended logging in Teams privacy settings. This extra step ensures that all relevant data is captured, which can be vital for troubleshooting complex issues. When submitting logs, include key details like the user principal name, the exact UTC error time, and any debug information. Providing this context helps Microsoft support understand the situation better and speeds up the troubleshooting process. In summary, collecting and sharing the right logs with the right context is essential for resolving connectivity issues efficiently. When it comes to resolving Microsoft Teams reconnecting errors, knowing when to contact Microsoft support is crucial. First, make sure you've prepared detailed logs and noted error timestamps. This step is really important because it helps support diagnose and resolve issues more quickly and efficiently. If you've already tried both basic and advanced troubleshooting steps and the problem persists, that's the signal it's time to seek professional help. Sometimes, issues go beyond what we can resolve on our own, and involving support ensures that more complex problems are addressed properly. Another key point is if you've verified your Exchange Web Services policies, but Teams still can't connect. This often indicates that the issue involves more complex configurations, which support specialists are better equipped to handle. Similarly, if your connectivity tests show issues with accessing Exchange mailboxes, it's a good idea to contact support. These kinds of problems can seriously affect your communication flow and usually require specialized troubleshooting. Finally, if everything appears correct, Teams and Exchange settings are fine, but errors continue to happen, it suggests there's a deeper issue. In such cases, reaching out to support is the best course of action, so an expert can step in and help resolve the problem. Throughout this process, remember that timely support can save a lot of frustration and help keep your team's environment running smoothly. Now, let's talk about how to wrap up and implement final recommendations to ensure a smooth Microsoft Teams experience. First, it's important to follow troubleshooting steps systematically. This helps us prevent reconnecting errors before they even happen. By addressing issues proactively, we can improve overall performance and reduce disruptions. If problems persist even after initial steps, consider creating a new user profile or cautiously performing registry edits. These are more advanced solutions, so it's best to proceed carefully. Also, gathering detailed logs and reaching out to Microsoft support can be invaluable when troubleshooting doesn't resolve the issue. Moving on to advanced troubleshooting, keeping your device drivers, BIOS, and Windows updated is crucial. These updates help prevent compatibility issues that can cause errors. Also, closing unnecessary background applications and checking for conflicts with browser extensions or other software can make a big difference in stability. Regarding system updates and compatibility, restarting Microsoft Teams or switching to the web version can often fix common problems quickly. Clearing the Teams cache and saved credentials is another effective step, especially if sign-in issues are involved. Removing corrupted files can restore smooth operation. Finally, don't forget the basics. Check your internet connection and VPN settings. Sometimes, connectivity issues are the root cause. Using split tunneling in your VPN can improve call quality and reduce lag, which is essential for seamless meetings. By following these steps and recommendations, you'll be well equipped to maintain a reliable, efficient Teams environment and minimize future reconnecting errors. When dealing with persistent reconnecting errors in Microsoft Teams, it's important to follow a structured troubleshooting approach. First, if you've exhausted all the basic fixes and the errors still persist, reaching out to Microsoft support is a good next step. Be prepared to provide logs and detailed error information to help them assist you more quickly. Next, a common solution for login-related issues is to clear your Teams credentials. You can do this by going to the Control Panel, then Credential Manager, and selecting Windows Credentials. Removing all Teams entries forces a fresh sign-in, which often resolves these types of errors. If Teams works fine on your phone but not on your computer, this usually points to network or device-specific problems. In such cases, try switching to a different network or updating your device drivers, as these steps can often fix connectivity issues. Sometimes, browser extensions like ad blockers or privacy tools interfere with Teams, especially the web app. To identify if an extension is causing the problem, disable them one by one and see if that restores functionality. Finally, if you're experiencing reconnecting issues generally, check your network connection, restart your modem or router if needed, and clear your browser cache. Also, verify your VPN settings and update your network drivers. These steps help ensure your connection is stable and can resolve most connectivity problems.